With the deep sea update now having been out for a few weeks, it's time to talk about leveling up our boats. In this video, I'll walk you through some cool ways to build out your boats, the best way to raid them, and the little tips and tricks I found along the way. So if you do find this video helpful for you, please give me a like and a subscribe down below. Now let's get stuck in. Up first is daisy chaining. I've not seen anyone mention it yet, so I might be the first, and that's pretty cool. When building your boat, always make sure to have at least a foundation gap at the very back of your boat. Leaving this gap means we will have enough space in the future to add our very own ladder hatch. I also like to make sure we have at least one low wall present at the very front of the boat, and now I'm going to show you why. Using a separate boat with the same layout of a ladder hatch one floor up, I can safely deploy the ladder hatch, locking on and grabbing the second base. This will hold it and I can safely drive away, pulling the other boat. Remember, I'm pulling a base 4 times my size with just one engine. Using this layout, you can potentially add as many boats as you want to this chain. Everyone can go AFK, as long as there's one person in the front pulling it, you're all connected. Now this can also be used as a raiding technique, but don't worry, as long as you have an anchor, no one can move your boat without your permission. Now this is where anchors really come into their own. Very cheap to make, and once placed down, your boat cannot be pulled or dragged anywhere, and it gets even better. You can turn and leave your engines on, and whilst an anchor is down, they will not use any fuel, meaning all you need to do is pick up your anchor and you can go full steam ahead. Now by far the biggest mistake I see with people building their boats is by using engines as their main way of transport. Engines are just not efficient to use all the time. Instead, make sure you always have 10 sails ready to go, while having an engine or two ready to give you a bit of speed in case you're getting chased, or in case you want to chase someone down. Now if you're looking for more ways to get up and around your boat, then don't worry, I've got you covered. Simply by putting a ladder on one of your walls like this, and then rotating it, you can securely hide the ladder behind your wall, giving you a very nice little jump up. Just be warned, everyone's going to report you for doing this. Now it's time to talk about raiding. And it might just surprise you to know which methods are just not worth your time at all. First off, let's talk Molotovs. They only do 25 to 30 damage each on a boat. Definitely not worth your time. Insane rockets on the other hand do a rather impressive 130 to 150 damage. HVs do the classic 50 damage each, with a normal rocket doing well over 200. A full mag of explosive ammo will only do about 165 damage. Now, do you remember the military flamethrower? You'd think this would be its time to shine, but no, it only does 30 damage. 6 incendiary shotgun shells only do about 70 damage, and buckshot only does about 30. That's 5 damage per. Cannons, of course, do around 50 damage each, with torpedoes also doing about 50 damage. Satchels only do about 75 damage, just make sure they don't touch the water or they'll go out. And of course C4 with 500 damage. Now for these next items you will need to be very careful about where you are raiding. If you are too close to a monument, you will not be able to place these items on the boats. An easy way to work out if you're close enough is just for looking for the red ring around each monument you pull out a building plan. Up first is the firebomb, and unfortunately this only does about 15 damage, so fire weapons are just not cut out for these wooden boats. However, up next is the propane bomb. Now, this also to be placed down like the firebomb on the boat, however it does 120 damage to the boat and 120 damage to any doors nearby. To me, that's definitely worth. So if you are looking for the cheapest way to take down someone's boat, just remember, torpedoes. With 1 sulfur node and 5 pipes, you can do 1,000 damage to any boat. Up next is metal detecting. Now if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll be more than aware, this is definitely worth your time. There is a 20% chance you'll find metal fragments, 20% chance you'll find high qual, 20% you'll find pistol ammo, and 20% chance you'll find 5.56. There is a 6% chance you will find a P2, and a 4% chance of finding a SAR, a 4% chance of finding HV rockets, and 4% of finding scrap. Pretty good for free loot. If you do manage to make it to the vendors in the deep sea, you will be happy to know that all the prices here are fixed at the normal price. Yes, this means early wipe, this is definitely the place to be buying your things. However, as the wipe progresses, the sale does not extend to the items in the deep sea and they will thus be more expensive. To those of you thinking of parking your boat in Fishing Village, don't. They sink. That's all you need to know. Another common mistake I've seen is people thinking they can place down their doors when their boat is not in edit mode. Unfortunately, you cannot do this. However, deployables can be placed down at any time, so a locker is a great way of sealing up doors until you can get yourself to safety. Another common mistake I see is people not blocking out their walls. You can see straight through these slats, which means they can see straight through on the other side as well. Very simple fix, grab a rug and slap it down. These can be placed on both the inside and the outside of the base, and makes it so that people cannot see what loot you're hiding inside your base. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful for you, please let me know down below.